To share. So I want to start this class off a little different. This could be a little awkward, but it's fine. This is where you might want to turn your video off. Now, do I have you all scared? But I just want us to stop at the beginning of this class for like a minute or two. And I just want us to find your favorite oil. So if you need to get up right now, go find your very favorite oil. And some people call it meditation. Some people call it a gratitude practice. Some people call it silence. Some people call it prayer, like whatever you pray for or whatever you do to just like be grateful and think back on your day. And we're just going to take some time to breathe together. And it's just going to be quiet. But for me, it's thanking Jesus for all the wonderful things every single day and for him just helping me through another day. But whatever that is for you. So find your favorite oil. If you have to get up, this is fine. I'm choosing Copaiba tonight. But maybe it's so great. This is something we'll talk about is for the emotions, like usually you have just a favorite oil that helps you feel either happy or grounded or calm. Maybe for some people it's even breathe because it helps you like slow and steady your breathing. And so whatever that is for you, I'm giving you time. I'm trying to chat it up so you have enough time to grab your oils. Hopefully they're not too far from you. But what I want you to do is just take a drop or two of your favorite oil and rub it in your hands. And I'm going to be quiet in just a minute. And what I want you to do is just literally put your hands over your mouth and your nose and take a good amount of time to like really slow your breathing down. If you need help with that, a great thing is to count to 4 on the inhale and hold it for 7 and then exhale for 8. That helps like center and steady your breathing. And so I'm going to give you now 60 seconds to a minute and just think about your day, what you're grateful for, and breathe. Okay. Okay. So I hope I gave you enough time. Hopefully it wasn't too long, but I want to remind you that is yours every single time that you need it. And if you're like me, sometimes life just gets so hectic and busy and like I really don't know how long I just made you do that. But like 60 seconds can change so much. And one of the things that we'll talk about tonight is inhaling essential oils and the way that they enter your limbic system and you smell like that is the greatest way to affect your mood. So this is why I'm such a huge diffusing fan. So much of stress and everything is about mood, and we'll get into that in just a minute. But don't ever, ever underestimate the power of stopping for 60 seconds in the middle of your day, grabbing whatever oil that you want, and you'll figure out which one you need, and just doing exactly what we just did and breathe. And it can totally reset. Like, if you even notice the difference between my energy and language before doing this to now, and you can just see like the calm. And I didn't recognize it till I like just said it. So it's a great gift. Okay, let's get started with the class portion. And this is the one thing I did not test beforehand, but I'm not going to freak out about it because we do this all the time. Here we go. Every time Zoom is different, and you would think that they would not be, but it is. Okay. Moving you guys around. Okay. So stress, sleep, and emotions. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, just kind of rate yourself. How often are you aware that you're stressed in your daily life? You can give 0 is I'm never aware of it and I'm not stressed. 10 is I'm aware of it all the time and I'm super stressed out. How concerned are you about the quantity and quality of your sleep? Massive sleep nerd right here. Like, it's amazing the gift that sleep is to us and what it really can do in our bodies. So rate yourself there. And then how frequently do your emotions feel difficult to manage appropriately? So just kind of give yourself a quick number. And this is science stuff. I'm not going to go like all into it, but I think it's really important for you to know that in our culture right now, we're finding that basically our stress levels are unlike any other. So a lot of times, as you will see, this hypothalamus is a control center in your brain. It basically sends out the stress hormone when it needs to and when we're stressed. But what's happening is this was made to be like when we're being chased by a tiger. Like, that's the level of like, it's to protect us. Okay. But what we're finding is this is triggered so many more times in a day than it should for us, especially for women. This is a huge thing for women. They're finding that we're living in a cycle of stress. And then when we live in that cycle, it affects so many parts of our body. So we have to find ways for that not to be clicked on. All right. And we'll talk about that tonight. Going down into sleep at the bottom, this is so like mind blowing to me. 70% of problems sleeping are related to psychophysiological issues. And increased cortisol levels, so think of stress, means melatonin levels will not be able to rise as they should to promote restful sleep. So we know melatonin levels need to be high. So we're going to talk about some sleep routines and things and ways that we can fix these problems. All right. Okay, so let's start with mood. This is called the doTERRA Mood Matrix. These are going to be 4 of the oils that are going to help you with certain things. So as you can see, we have Serenity, and Serenity falls if you're feeling fatigued and no peace. So this is really good for calming. It's the oil that my son diffuses every single night. He does it on his own. He loves it, like sets up his diffuser, everything. Kids aren't going to do that if it's not helping them. They're not going to put the time to do it. So Serenity is we're big fans of Serenity in this house. The second thing is you want to look, are you maybe fatigued and have no passion? If you find yourself in between there, Citrus Bliss is a great one. Think of it as like an orange happy creamsicle. I have a tendency to forget about Citrus Bliss when it's not sunny out, because to me, it's such a summer oil. But this, I think it's even more important, especially for those of you who live in the north, who maybe not see the sun as much as we do, to remember those kind of oils, because they are going to trigger that like happiness, invigorating, stimulating, motivating that can be an issue when you're not around the sun, especially in the winter. So don't forget about Citrus Bliss in the winter months. And I'm talking to myself as I say this. No passion, stressed. I think I have elevation right here. I know I do. I just can't find it, and I don't Here, let me see if I can find it while I'm teaching and show you my cool little oil holder. Isn't it so fun? I love this thing. It spins. I'm gonna be so sad if I can't find Elevation because I want to smell it now that I'm talking about it. So Elevation is a really good blend for no passion or if you're stressed. It's called the Joyful Blend, and it is, you guys, it smells amazing. So this is one of my favorite oils to use as perfume. I don't know all that's in it. I know bergamot is in it, lavender, tangerine, amorous, clary sage, ylang ylang, Hawaiian sandalwood, hoe wood. So many things in it. I actually don't see bergamot. I thought bergamot was in it. Okay, I was wrong. But it's such a good oil for the mood. And so this is a great one to use for perfume, and it's perfect for perfume if you combine it with the next one, which is Balance. So this is what I wore probably as my perfumes. I don't know why I can't say that tonight. For like 4 years, okay? And I put these together, 10 drops of each in a roller, and would just roll it on my wrists. It smells so good. This is really citrusy smelling, and this is more well, I hope you know what Balance smells like because it's amazing, but it just makes the perfect scent. So if you want a new blend to wear every day, there you go. 10 to 20 drops of each in a roller bottle and fill that up. And grounding is obviously Balance. So no peace and stress. That's when you want to apply Balance. Balance is the perfect oil to keep right by your bed and put it on the bottom of your feet as soon as you get into bed, and it's the first thing you do before you even get out of bed. So great. Let's keep going. Okay, so we talked about how important it is to smell oils when we're using them for mood issues. Feel free to screenshot this. You will see a lot of the oils that we just talked about in these diffuser blends, and these are just a few diffuser blends that you can try to help with mood issues and that are really good. I do want to stop right here because I don't have this anywhere else on the screen, but you'll see that second diffuser blend down on the left starts with Forgive. doTERRA has a whole emotional line that you can look at. I use them. Motivate's my favorite one out of it. Forgive is an equal second. I really don't use the other ones a whole lot, if I'm being honest with you. Some of them I don't like the smell of, so I'm not drawn to them. But I do want you to know that doTERRA does have an emotional aromatherapy line, and so check those out. There are Passion. Oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to list them off the top of my head. Passion, Peace. We use Peace all the time. I use Peace all the time. So definitely that should be in the class.
Passion.
What am I missing?
Cheer, Passion, Peace, Forgive.
Cheer. I was missing Cheer.
And Passion. Did I say Passion? I think
yes.
That's it.
So check those out. Cheer and Passion are the ones I don't love the smell of, but the other ones we use all the time. But I do know, like, don't take that as they don't smell good. It's just that they're not ones that I'm drawn to, because I have a friend who wears Cheer. She's worn Cheer every single day of her life for like 7 years. It's her oil. But Forgive, Sue actually has it. I had her grab it because mine's by my bed. But Forgive is one that they did a study on. Do you remember where they did the study, Sue? Wait, you're muted. We can't hear you. And I want to hear you.
No, I do not remember where.
Okay. But they did a study, and this was the one that had the most positive effects, and especially for women. I think as women, we hold a lot ourselves to really high standards, and a lot of times at the end of the day, if you're like me, you think of everything that you could have done differently or better, or all the things you did wrong and wish you did differently. And I think that, to me, Forgive is a way that I apply it every night and just remember to give myself grace as much as I have given other people grace, because we can't be perfect at all. So
it was a clinical study too.
Yes, it was like, it was off the charts what people, and I want to say, don't quote me on this, but I want to say it was a part of I'm not even going to say it because I don't know enough about, I don't remember well enough for you guys to quote me. So, but anyway, great blend. I know if you have any questions about that, Susan Sims, who has been teaching. I can't remember if she taught last week or not, but she's been using it and has seen some great effects with Forgive. So I can connect you guys. Okay, let's talk adaptive. Adaptive is a blend I'm so thankful for, helps our family so much. Let me tell you about this line. So you'll see the adaptive roller, they have the adaptive capsules, and they have the adaptive calming blend, which is an oil that you can diffuse. Okay, so we're gonna go break these down. What's the difference? So this is the calming blend. I don't think I grabbed it. It helps boost mood. It complements effective work and study. It's calming and relaxing and increases feelings of tranquility. I'm like, yes, sign me up. And reduces feelings of anxiousness and tension. This is a fabulous oil to just have it be your diffuser blend in your house. So we diffuse this one a lot in the afternoons. I love adding any citrus to it. It's fine by itself. I always love adding citrus because citrus oils are some of my faves. So grapefruit, citrus bliss is one you can add to this. Lemon. We just kind of mix up what citrus we add to it. Bergamot's always my fave. So it's just so easy to have adaptive right by your diffuser and just put 5 to 8 drops in and you're good to go for the day. It also comes in a roller form. And here you go, guys. Here's what I carry in my purse with me. Okay. So if you've never seen doTERRA's rollers, so these two I made on my own, and the rest of these are doTERRA's touch rollers. If you ever see doTERRA have a touch roller line, it means that it comes diluted for you, which I love. So this is how I use adaptive. Guys, I use it all the day. Okay. And I say like I take that on the go, but usually it's just me walking from in here to get it into my purse because I don't know, I feel like I haven't been anywhere lately. So the best place to put adaptive they found in a clinical study is on the web of your hand right here. And then you just want to rub it in and smell like we did before. So that's a great place to put it, the base of the shoulders and the neck. So like all in here. And the reason why is so much of the adaptives benefits come from smelling the oil, because we talked about mood. So you want to put it somewhere where you're smelling it near up here in this area. And then we're going to move to the adaptive calming blend capsules. These have been a game changer for our family. So these have something called GABA in it, which is really great for keeping our levels, our stress levels down in our body. So these are really great to take if you deal with any anxiousness of any kind. The more, you'll hear us say this in classes all the time, the more consistent you are with natural solutions, the better. So this is something that you would take on a daily basis. You don't have to take it on a daily basis if it's not something you deal with all the time. But I'm not gonna go through everything on the screen, so you can just read that while I'm talking, because I would much rather tell you about personal experience for us. But this is something that my 8-year-old son takes every single day that he goes to school. So he's fine at home, but he deals with some anxiousness at school and so trying to be a little careful then. But we've seen a massive change when he takes these daily. He was coming home with headaches and stressed out and just overwhelmed, would like come home and sleep for the entire day, skip dinner, sleep all through the night because his body needed that reset. He has some sensory problems. So you can read between the line there. So we use those and guys, massive change. Like since he started taking these daily, he never, ever, ever gets sick anymore because he would come home, get sick, fall asleep. We are big, big fans of adaptive. My story with adaptive was, if you've ever tried to, if you're a mom or if you like, think of your high stress situations. For me, it's getting my family out of the house at times. There's 5 of us and everybody's grabbing things and it just gets insane. And it was a Sunday night. We were trying to get to church, to youth group, and the kids hadn't eaten. They hadn't done their chores. So I'm a mess. And yes, it was not pretty. And I was like, I need to try these adaptive capsules. Like, I just need to try them because I hadn't tried them. So I took them. 20 minutes later, we're still hustling, bustling out the door. I applied the oil. And then I found myself in the car it's like I heard myself saying, I was like, guys, how can we do this better next time? So that's not my normal response if you know me well. I wish it was. I really do. But I have become a screamer and a yeller in my 15 years of parenting. And that's just my like, get in the van, we gotta go. And so I recognize myself saying, like, how can we do this better? And like, that would have derailed me. That situation would have derailed me for the rest of the night. I would have been so frustrated that something that we do every single week we can't figure out. And for me to hear myself say, "Hey, how can we do this better? Let's think of a plan." Like I was like, "That's not me." And so that was when I was like, "Oh my gosh, adaptive is helping me be a better mom." But like I just deal with so much stress. With being a mom sometimes. And that has been a huge game changer for me. So if you're somebody who gets overwhelmed a lot, or you find yourself feeling like that, you're just gonna snap or anxiousness, adaptive capsules are the way to go. I could go on, but I'll be done now. Um, okay, any questions before I move on to sleep schedule? Okay, no questions. All right, so here's the sleep schedule. You guys probably know this stuff. You've heard it before. It's not rocket scientist, but the hardest part is implementing it. Okay. You want to try to stick to a schedule. Get up at the same time and go to bed near the same time on a regular basis. It just helps. Eat healthy. That actually is a lot to do with sleep. So the cleaner we eat, the more that we're able to sleep and the better quality of sleep that we're going to have. I actually, a lot of people, I try not to eat hardly at all at night. So like after dinner, and like that took me some time to get used to, but I do sleep so much better if I just stop eating after dinner. And a lot of people are like doing, fasting these days for so many hours. You can look into all of that, but it does help not to eat. And if you do eat, just nothing heavy. Um, that's so good. Exercise, huge benefit for sleep. Even if you do it in the morning, like massive benefit for sleep, how long you're sleeping. It's really great. And then this is a big one, and that's for you to limit your screen time. Okay, so there's blue light on phones, if you did not know this, and they will actually trick your brain into thinking that it is daylight. This blue light is a big deal right now, okay? So they're saying to stay away from screens 2 to 3 hours before bed. I don't even do that, you guys. I have blue light glasses that have helped a lot, but I've tried something else. We are 3 weeks in on me doing this, and I'm finding that I love it. First, it came first for my kids. So everybody's devices have to be in at a certain place outside of their rooms at a certain time at night. And they just know that's what it is. And I've decided not to charge my phone or iPad by my bed. It's a struggle. It's taken me a lot, but it's so interesting that if I have to get up out of bed to check my phone, guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to get up out of my bed, especially when it's this cold out, to check my phone. And I've loved it. So try to find things to replace that time with. If you're somebody who's on your phone before bed or watch TV before bed, find a replacement for it. Journal, read books, play a game in bed, like play Scrabble with your husband. Like just find new habits to stick into that where you were on your phone, because it's going to help you sleep better. And I've noticed a lot better sleep. Okay, Serenity Restful Complex. This is amazing for sleep. It does not make you feel groggy in the morning. These are actually what I used before Adaptive came out for anxiousness. And they're still my favorite for like when I get nervous. Probably this is more like if I'm nervous about something, I take these. For me, Adaptive works better in stress and overwhelm. These work better in like nervous. So if I'm gonna fly, I take 2 of those before. They have something called L-theanine in them that it's extremely calming. They don't make you groggy at all. It's just they give you that deep like peace and relaxation. If you have not tried these, try them. Um, 30 minutes before bed is what I suggest. And I always notice that I will wake up feeling more rested if I use these. Okay, this just shows, it says basically the whole thing, but they did a clinical trial on this too. It was a double-blind placebo-controlled clinical trial to investigate the efficacy of Serenity's restful soft gel complex, and they could see an improvement in their ability to fall asleep more easily, and also reported improvements in waking up more easily and feeling more alert, refreshed in the morning. And doTERRA are doing so, like, they're doing so many more clinical trials with research universities, and I'm loving that. That's so important. Okay, here's a quick shot of a nightly regimen. You could do Serenity soft gels and Copaiba. So Copaiba is one of the ones I haven't touched on a whole lot, but it's so important. If you know a lot about CBD, think of it kind of like that. We could go into deep science between the difference of the two of them, but just basically know that it's really, really calming for anxious feelings and really good for the immune system. Promotes homeostasis and rest. So that could be a nightly regimen, or maybe you want to do something like adaptive soft gels, and then there's Yara Palm soft gels. If you're taking those for skin, like we talked about last week, they are really good. So you just kind of got to find like which supplements are going to work best for you. I take adaptive in the morning and do Serenity soft gels and Copaiba soft gels at night. But you'll find so you'll find your routine. That's what I was looking for. Okay, I want to give you 2 recipes for sleep rollers. Okay, so this is called the hibernation roller. Great. Take a screenshot of it. You just want to put 20 drops of each of these rollers. And if you're someone who likes to conserve oils a lot, feel free to do 10 and you'd be fine. You can leave some room in the top if you want to add one or the other. If this is one of the oils you don't like, you can omit it. It's always a choice when you're looking at roller blend recipes. But then I want to show you what we use in our family. This is my absolute favorite. That's my son's hand. It is our Snooze roller blend. Okay, so we have like 3 different recipes for sleep oils, and we do swap them out, but this is my favorite. It's so easy. It's literally 10 to 20 drops of Serenity, 10 to 20 drops of vetiver, and you choose how potent you want to make it. We call it the knockout blend too, because it's the perfect blend for when you wake up in the middle of the night. Like, I apply it as soon as I wake up and I am out within no time. My husband just the other day, he's actually started like in the middle of the night, like putting his wrist, if he knows we're both awake, like just putting his wrist over. And I'm like, fine. So I'm making him his own because I'm no longer rolling oils on his wrist in the middle of the night anymore. He can take care of that himself. Although if I'm awake, I love to do it for him. But he was like, oh my gosh, I was awake for 2 hours. You literally put that on my wrist and I was out in like 2 minutes. He was like, that was crazy, Ashley. I was like, yes, I know. It's the best. My mom used to never sleep through the night. She uses this, sleeps through the night all the time. So this is a great blend that we've seen work for lots of different people. Look at those precious little hands, you guys, and his little blanket. Anyway, okay. So this is a sample wellness box. We're almost done, guys. So this is just an idea of what you could get if you wanted to work on sleep or stress or emotions. You can obviously put any of the products that we talked in there tonight, and that just gives you how you would get free oils and free product credits.